Hi everyone, it's Janet Wakeland here with a sneak peek from the 2017 Spring Stampin' Up! Catalog. Every Sunday on my blog, since we got our hands on this catalog in November, I've been doing Sneak Peek Sunday. So a little Valentine's for you, because Valentine's is literally just around the corner. I know we haven't had Christmas yet, but there's always just such a short season between Christmas and Valentine's that I wanted to make sure that we get a few lovey-dovey ideas out there. So for this great project, what I'm using is I'm using the Lift Me Up, and it's coordinating up and away framelits, and this is going to be sold as a cost savings bundle in the catalog. Just a quick peek for you. This is our current holiday catalog, which will be ending on January 3rd, so you have just about 4 weeks left to order from this holiday catalog. And then beginning January 4th, our occasions catalog will launch at the exact same time Celebration does, Stampin' Up's biggest sale of the year. If you don't have a demonstrator that you work with and would like copies of any of our catalogs, just make sure that you contact me after you watch this fun project together. So let me pull in our 11 by 17 piece of paper so that we have a work surface. I have pre-done some of the work, kind of like a cooking show. And what I have is I have our Blushing Bride cardstock. And, oh, of course, I forgot. Just once I'm going to try not to forget something. So I did forget the bone folders. We'll just put a nice crease with our fingers. I have our Early Espresso cardstock, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to coat that with some adhesive. And we're going to lay that down. And that's cut down to 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then I have a piece that's 3 3/4 by 5 inches of the foil, and it is texture embossed with our hearts folder. And for this one here, you have 2 choices. You can coat this really, really, really well with adhesive, because this does have a coated back, or you can also go ahead and use the tear and tape to go ahead and put that on. And I find that if I'm going to use the foil, if I want to use adhesive, just to give you a tip for those of you who don't have tear and tape, I coat the cardstock, because again, a lot of times it doesn't stick as well just as you're running it. But once you have it on the card, and you can give it a good rub to embed it into that glue, that adhesive, then it does stay nice for you. But the trick is either going to be your tear and tape or lots and lots of snail. No skimping allowed, because you do want it to stay. What I've done is I've die cut a very vanilla cardstock circle using the stitched framelits that will hopefully be back in stock soon. And what I want to do is I want to raise that up. Grab my dimensional here. And a lot of times with the circles, I like to, bigger the circle, I like to make sure I've got 4 or 5 dimensionals on it. Sometimes I like to put one even in the center, because your larger circles, the center can kind of bow in or cave down, so I like to put a little dimensional. And just so these don't go flying, let's put our little dimensional backs just over here on this adhesive piece, so they're not going to go anywhere. There we go. Dimensionals just kind of follow you everywhere. So we're going to go ahead and put that piece down. Then what I've done with the up and away framelits is I have die cut the base of the hot air balloon, and a little heart. And I'm going to go ahead and I'll put the balloon on first. And I've just angled it up here like this. Now the basket is not actually connected directly below the balloon. Normally you would have it here or have it with a couple of ropes. So we did move it down just a little bit. And let's go ahead and take that piece. We'll put that down. And I'm going to hang on to the heart for just 1 second, and we'll place that in a minute. I did emboss Love is in the Air. That's the greeting from the Lift Me Up stamp set. And I used our Thoughtful Banners punch to punch it out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay that across to kind of give me an idea of about where I want it. And I can move that down just a little bit. Now I can rub it in tight. Now I can take my heart, and I'm going to use a glue dot, because again, it's got that backing on it, so I want to make sure that it sticks nice. And I'm going to tuck it so that the heart is kind of coming up behind it. You can see it. And then the last thing that you would do is you would take your baker's twine and you would tie yourself just a really thick full bow, and with a glue dot you would stick it on. So that quick and easy, you've got this sweet little Valentine's. And then the last piece, because this is a solid color cardstock that's not a neutral like a vanilla or a white. I do like to take a piece of cardstock that is usually about 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and I like to cut that down and put that on the inside so that I have a place to add my sentiment and my handwritten message. And now I have a really sweet Valentine's card to go ahead and send. So visit me at remarkablycreated.com. I've got quite a few sneak peek Sundays left before the holiday catalog. Well, about 4 of them before the holiday catalog and spring catalog crossover. And again, also do request a newsletter. Thanks for watching, guys.